Hey everyone, my name is Hans. I'm a product design and development engineer here at Bowman Dock and Lift. Part of my job is making all the fixturing for the products that we develop here. So today we're going to take this piece of billet and turn it into a fixture to make some of our new parts for a new product. So right now what I'm going to do is take this vise out of here. We've got some chips and stuff on the table, and I want to make sure that this is nice and clean so that when we put the vise back in, our faces are completely parallel. We know that when we flip it over, we're perfectly flat. So when we do all of our machining from the top, we know we're perfectly perpendicular and we can hold our tolerances really tight. Alright, we're gonna probe Z. We're gonna go. Yeah.
It's all going to be a little spray like that.
Right. Nice and flat. So one thing that we like to do on these larger codes before we actually turn the mill on and start cutting chips is simulating the tool path on the CNC. We do that beforehand in our CAM software. Doing it here in the CNC actually gives you a good indication as to whether or not there's going to be any error codes, or if you miss a code, or it's also a great way to validate that all your clearances are good in the machine. So if you have a vise in there or some other potential obstruction, you can make sure that you're going to avoid it by simulating it here on the screen like we're watching right now.
Not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. We're going to face miller, cut the contour on the outside, and then cut a whole bunch of geometry in from the top of it. So it should be pretty cool. Okay, here goes. So these parts right here are some of the parts that we manufacture, and these are relatively high volume for us. So the whole point and purpose behind making a fixture like this was to increase the rate in which we can make these things. So rather than machining one of these out at a time, we made a fixture that we can do 40 of them at a time now with. So it's pretty simple for an operator. Obviously I don't have all the components with us right now, but we can just take these parts and simply drop them in here on each side. We'll have a wedge clamp that goes in between them. We can set these here like this and so on down the line. And then again, we have a separate code that will come in, and we can cut out this radius right here, drill our hole, and undo the parts and send them on down the line. See how she fits here. Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us today. Again, my name is Hans, and thanks for joining us on some fixture development.